Hi everybody, it's Elle here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just back from Manchester Law Fair and I thought I would share with you the things that I learned whilst I was there. So firstly, I would recommend a law fair to anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Manchester one, obviously, but if you can get to a law fair, I would recommend. There's a lot of firms there. You'll be able to speak to national firms, regional firms, and you'll be able to find out from speaking to people there things that you can't necessarily find out from the firm's website or from their kind of social media or things like that. And it means that then you're getting a real insight into the firm and something that you can use then in applications to make you stand out and make you appear like you've really done your research on the firm, which obviously you have if you've been talking to people at law fairs. So that is my first thing. Just make sure if you can get to a law fair, you do, especially if you're not really sure where to apply, then I think it's really, really important to do that. So from speaking to a few different firms, a lot of them said to concentrate on transferable skills in your application. Now, I did do a blog post on this a while ago. I'm going to pop the link in the bio, but basically the general gist was, don't worry if you don't have much legal work experience, even if you don't have any at all. Focus on your transferable skills. So things like customer service from part-time jobs, even a full-time job, things like working in teams from different societies at uni, or whatever it is that you do, just focus on those transferable skills because they can add just as much value to the firm as legal work experience can, because it's not necessarily what you've done, it's the skills you've gained from it, and that is really, really, really important. You can list 10 vacation schemes on your application, but if you've not learned anything from them, they're pointless, and that's really, really important. The next thing I would say is to get involved with the grad recruitment teams at the different firms that you're talking to. Talk to trainees as well, because they can give obviously their insight into life in the firm. They're doing the job that you're hopefully going to be doing in however many years' time. They can give you an insight into settling into the firm's values, how they got on at the training, the assessment centre, or in their training contract application. Give you little snippets of advice and information, and talk from their own experiences, which I found really, really helpful. Kind of asked about the support in the firm and things like that when you're new, and I think that's really interesting and also really helpful to know. So that is important, but also talk to the grad recruitment team. They're the people that are going to be looking at your application when it first comes through, and if they can put a face to the name, then you're already winning, in my opinion. You're already on to a good start. Yes, your application needs to be good. Yes, it needs to highlight all the skills, say that you've looked at the firm, show that you have a real understanding of the job of a lawyer and also the firm's values. But talk to the grad recruitment team, because if they know who you are, that's going to make your life so much easier. Engage with them. A lot of firms are on social media these days. A lot of firms have insight evenings, they go to law fairs. Engage with the people that are going to be looking at your application. Why would you not? I think that's so important. And yes, I know that networking is scary, but it's a skill that you will need to perfect throughout your career. So start now, and you'll, basically just start now, speak to everyone, network away, and you're winning already, basically. The next thing to say is to have something on your application that makes you stand out, whether that, obviously in my case, is usually my blog, whether it's volunteering experience, whether it's something different work experience wise, something that most people haven't done, whether it's, I don't know, a sport, a hobby, whatever it is, just have something different, show your personality. At the end of the day, these law firms want people. They want somebody that they're going to be able to work with, that they're going to have in their firm for a long time. And if you think that obviously you're going to be client facing as a solicitor, you want to be a nice person. You want to be somebody that firm's going to say, yeah, our clients will get on with her. I can really see her building a great relationship with our clients and building lasting relationships. That's so important as well. So yeah, just be a person as well. We're not all like these crazy law robots that know every single piece of legislation ever and have all done exactly the same amount of VAC schemes and have all been training to be lawyers since we were like 3. Like, that's not life. Be a person. Be somebody with character, and let that shine through on your applications, because that is also so important. So yeah. And the final thing that I picked up as well was to show what you're going to bring to the firm. It might sound obvious, but I think in applications, it's so easy to be like, I worked in a team this time. Great. What does that mean for the firm? What does that mean for your training contract? Because yes, you can demonstrate skills. And by the way, when you're demonstrating skills, don't just say you're good at teamwork. Say a time that you worked in a team. Give an example for everything you say. But also, yeah, don't just say that, but think about why that's going to be helpful. Because, let me think of an example. So because the firm is a national firm and therefore you might need to communicate with people across offices, or because you'll likely be working within a team of people in the office, or whatever it is. Obviously I've just used teamwork as an example, but if you can really relate that to your role as a trainee solicitor and your role within the firm, that's going to show that, one, you've considered the job that you'll actually be doing, because so many people, I think, apply and be like, yeah, I want to be a solicitor. What does that actually entail, and how do your skill sets suit that? And then also, I think you can apply to however many different firms, but unless you've actually tailored your application to them, then your applications are pointless. They want to know why you want to be at that firm. And if you can say, for example, that you're really great at teamwork and you've worked in a team before when you've done, I know in my job we work as a division, so there's 19 stores in the division. Quite often we'll communicate with other stores, help with various different things. So I know then that I have that skill, I've perfected that skill, and that's going to be great, because it will be exactly the same situation working in a national firm where we might need to work across different offices. Perfect. That's it in a nutshell. So yeah, think about where you're applying and tailor your application to that when discussing the skills and things that you've got and what you're going to add to the firm. It's all about your kind of value to the firm, I guess, because at the end of the day, a lot of these firms are investing in you, especially, well, they're all investing in you, but especially if they're going to fund your LPC, give you living costs for the year, whatever. That's such a big investment in you. So really prove to them what you're going to add to the firm and why you deserve that investment. So I hope that has helped. They're just some really quick things that I've taken away from today. I honestly think it's been such an insightful afternoon. It's been really interesting to speak to so many different firms that I hadn't even really considered applying to, that I now definitely will consider. And yeah, it's just been generally a very, very interesting day, and it's also been really great to speak to so many grad recruiters and start to build connections with firms and with trainees and all of that. So yeah, thank you as always for watching. I do really, really appreciate it. If you've got any questions at all, as usual, I'll pop my all my social media up in the corner and down in the bio. So yeah, but I will speak to you all soon, and thank you very, very much for watching.